This is one of the smallest apartments in the world. It's barely bigger than a closet. But believe it or not, someone actually calls this place home. What's crazy is that around the world people live in spaces this small for completely different reasons. In some cities it's about survival, in others it's about design, and in a few it's actually about freedom. So today we're going around the world to see how these tiny homes reveal the biggest differences in the way people live, and why small doesn't always mean simple. In one of the wealthiest cities on Earth, space is worth more than gold. Skyscrapers fill every inch of the skyline, but deep inside them, behind locked metal doors, thousands of people live inside what are called cage homes. This is the hidden side of Hong Kong, a city famous for its glittering skyline, but marked by some of the most extreme housing conditions on Earth. Each one is barely the size of a mattress. A metal grid on every side, stacked like drawers inside a building that once held offices or shops. There's just enough room to sit, to sleep, and maybe to keep a few belongings. Kitchens are shared, bathrooms too. And the rent? Often higher than a full apartment in another country. For many, these spaces are the only option left. Proof that even in the richest cities, there's a price to simply exist. It's not about design or minimalism here. It's about survival in a place where a few square meters can decide whether you have a home at all. But a few thousand kilometers away, small living means something entirely different. In Japan, where land is limited and cities are built like puzzles, people have mastered the art of compact design. Capsule apartments, rooms barely larger than a coffin, offer everything needed for one night. A bed, a light, a screen, and silence. For some, it's just a place to rest between long workdays. For others, it's a way of life. Beyond the capsules, Japanese architecture celebrates minimalism. Tiny houses here are not a sign of poverty, but of precision. Sliding walls, foldable tables, hidden storage. Every detail has a function. There's an old idea in Japan, the beauty of empty space. It's not about filling a room, but leaving just enough for peace. Here, living small isn't something to escape from. It's something to perfect. In Germany, small living takes on an entirely new meaning. This is the 1 square meter wide house. It was created by an artist, Van Beau Le Mencel, not as a solution for housing, but as a question for society. It's part sculpture, part protest. A wooden box you can sit in, sleep in, or even roll down the street on wheels. The idea isn't to move into it forever, but to make people think, how much space do we actually need to live? And how much do we just want to own? In a world obsessed with growth, the 1 square meter wide house is a rebellion in wood and screws. A reminder that space can be both physical and philosophical. It's not about comfort, it's about perspective. And on the other side of the world, small living turns into something completely different again. In the United States, the tiny house movement isn't about being forced into less, it's about choosing less. People are downsizing from 200 square meter homes to houses barely the size of a garage, all to gain freedom. Some live off-grid, some travel full-time, and others simply want to break free from mortgages and clutter. These homes are custom-built, cozy, and mobile, often designed by the people who live in them. Solar panels on the roof, beds hidden in walls, and decks that fold out like origami. For many, it's not about owning more, it's about owning their life. And maybe that's what makes this version of small living the most inspiring of all. Because here, small space isn't a limit, it's liberation. From the crowded cages of Hong Kong, to Japan's precise capsules, to Germany's 1 square meter experiment, and finally, the tiny homes of the US, tiny living takes on many forms, each telling a different story about the way we live, the choices we make, and the value we place on space. So, what about you? Could you ever live in a space this small? And if so, would it be for necessity, efficiency, creativity, or freedom? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through the smallest apartments in the world, give it a like and subscribe for more amazing stories.